As you guys might know, my saxophone is a very cheap one, and lately I've been very tired of trying to compensate for the inconsistencies which comes with a very cheap saxophone. So I reached out to a friend of mine, a friend I've mentioned before in these vlogs. I told him that I wanted a new saxophone, and I told him what my budget was, and I just asked for some guidance for what to go for, as I'm not really known into the field of buying new saxophone or buying used ones, and what to look for if you buy used ones and whatnot. To my surprise, he was actually selling his own one, as he had his eyes on a used Selma saxophone. So 2 days ago I went overseas and saw him and tried the saxophone, and both this saxophone and the Selma one, and I ended up buying it. It's still a tenor sax, and it's a Yamaha 480, and here's how it looks. This is the saxophone I've been playing up until now, the Thomann TTS 350, and this over here is the new one, the Yamaha 480. And I also got a new mouthpiece, which is a Larsen mouthpiece. I've tried it quite a few times now, and it really is a major upgrade from my old one, which it of course should be, as it is just way more expensive. And when I was trying the saxophone, I also realized that I have to go back to the basics and relearn everything to make sure I do everything correctly. So there's that. I am no longer playing with the Jazz Ministry. The Jazz Ministry was a school band, and the time we had together has expired now. The footage from the previous vlog, where we play live, that was our last concert, and I really think we ended on a high note on that one. It was really fun, and it was a great half an hour set. Instead of the Jazz Ministry and all the other bands, the school has been divided into 4 groups, and each of these groups are planning a tour and a 1.5 hour set, mostly of original music. And instead of just playing the piano and the saxophone, I've also been part of some co-writing. I've been writing some songs, or at least writing some chords for some songs, and I've had a percussion role and whatnot. I'll show you some footage from this. It has been quite fun. So here we go. Play.
Someone else, but in my dreams you're mine. Close your eyes and imagine figures in the moonlight.
This is just a quick change of mood. I'm not even sure what I'm going to say, but I just wanted to capture it. Sometimes it may seem as if everything is running smoothly and I'm just taking one step at a time without any setbacks or anything. And I just bought a new saxophone and everything seems fine, and wow, he had the money, he had the time, and so on. But I just practiced for an hour with the saxophone and I felt like I got nowhere. I was trying to play it in pitch, but however, no matter how I tried to do it, it didn't seem to work out for me, and I got very demotivated and I felt awful. And with the tendency to see everything in the short term, how much can I achieve and how much can I develop within this stay at this school, it just felt awful. I didn't feel like I could get that far in these next, I think, 2 months we have left. But of course, I know I have to focus on the long term and how much I've developed in about 10 years. But sometimes it just feels like a very, very long road to getting anywhere and actually being able to play the instrument just a little bit. I mean, I don't think it comes easy to anyone, and it really does need quite a lot of attention to develop what I'm trying to develop. But if I could, I want everything to happen even faster than it does, and maybe that's a weakness of mine, that I'm trying to get as good as possible as fast as possible. And when something gets in the way, like these weeks, for example, we're trying to make songs for a tour, and instead of doing some focused practice on my own, I have to stay for 8 hours, 7 hours in practice rooms with a lot of other people and get these songs up and running and ready for the tour. But all I really want to do is just sit and practice and really get better. And it's not that band practice doesn't give me or teach me anything. I think I just wanted a better balance of both, and I can't seem to get it, and it just somehow seems to ruin my mood, that I can't sit down and really focus and feel and experience that I'm actually getting better. Yeah. But I'll go to bed and keep going tomorrow. So good night from here.